That is a colossal amount. We've got lancers coming in. Oh, well done, sir. Well done. Here they come. Wait for it, lads. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for the order. Sir. Stand tall, lads. Stand tall. We're going to pull this regiment out. Quite clearly going to try and hit this left flank here. Steady, lads. Send them back to hell. Wait for the order. Wait for the order. Utter decimation here. I must commend General Holyfield for a wonderful defence thus far. What a fight this has been here. Yes, my friends, we did it. Victory is ours. War Darth mod USA campaign, and this, my friends, over last time when we had a terrific fight once again for Warsaw, where the Germans threw absolutely everything they had on the southern frontier into Warsaw, trying to break those defences. They're trying to rip Warsaw away from the brave defenders who have been there for years and years and years, maybe well over a decade, defending Warsaw against continuous assaults by not only the Germans but also by their Austrian allies. But we have held firm once again, my friends, and once we went to the diplomatic table, once we went to the negotiation table and offered peace to the Germans, they took it very quickly. They snatched that from our hands as quickly as they possibly could, for several reasons. First of all, they've taken an absolute severe beating of late. We have absolutely given the Germans, wherever we fought them, we have fought them and we have beaten them comprehensively. Not withstanding, my friends, here in the Don, we've absolutely given them a sound thrashing here in the Don. Now they do sort of pose still quite a threat to us here. They do have several armies here still posing a threat here, specifically here, using sort of Tataria here, the massive region that Tataria is. I mean, it really is a vast region, Tataria, stretching, you know, bordering here up against the sort of the Moscow region, Muscovy. But we've managed to rip this away from them, and it really has proved valuable for us to be able to sort of stop this influx here, this movement of men and materials, reinforcements, ammunition, moving from this sort of deep sort of Russian front they've had here, this enclave here. This has hidden them. They've been able to hide their troops and just keep reinforcing through Moscow all the way through here, just keep sending troops up this way all the time, through Minsk, through Vilnius, and then ultimately through here. We've cut that route here. That doesn't mean they can't use sort of Tataria, Astrakhan here, Ufa, Bashkira as their main, but it's going to take them a lot longer to be able to do that. They have to go through Moscow. They've got to bypass the territory here if they want to be able to do this. As before, it was much quicker to move them along the coastline, or even by ship, and just move them into sort of the Balkans here, and then up through the Balkans and into the sort of the eastern front, I beg your pardon. But now we've cut that off here. Now, as you can see, we are marooned here. This army group, but it, my word, my friends, it fought valiantly here. It did, losing us a very excellent general here, wounded of course, but he will come back. We are going to sort of not bring him back just yet, just add a little bit of realism to it. But of course, he's recuperating there in the Don, in Cherkassk, as it were. But as you can see, these armies do need replenishing, because they took a heck of a beating. They really did. It was a brutal fight. Now, before we go any further, I would just like to First of all, there's been a couple of promotions. I've had some requests. This is the first time we've been able to actually fulfill the requests. Now, I'll just quickly do the requests that I've managed to do here. Now, we've had Admiral Bryant, or Bryant as it were, here. Admiral Bryant here has requested of command of a naval task force, which is going to be made much bigger here. This of course was initially besieging the port here. Before we took it, it was besieging the port here of Guinea here, but now it is free to be able to operate independently here, because of course we have sealed off and we have now complete control of West Prussia. So now we're going to make this fleet here a much larger fleet, and indeed it is going to be moved. Now General Admiral Bryant here has asked which sort of front he will be operating from. Initially it was the Eastern Front, but no longer needed here, but now going to be sent, is going to be fully refitted. This fleet is going to be fully fitted out with brand new ships, and is going to be sent here right into India to deal with this Afghan problem we've got here. It's going to be guarding Ceylon, and indeed it's going to be the fleet that's going to patrol and ultimately bring us the absolute destruction of India. Now, not straight away, because that would be that was not going to happen straight away, but it is going to be the first fleet that's going to absolutely make sure we secure Ceylon, keep Ceylon under American control, remove this threat here from the Afghans, who are absolutely menacing the shores here, and ultimately allow us to bring in a lot more troop ships and a lot more ships into the region, able to guard Ceylon, keeping it safe for future operations in India. As you can see, India is going to be a massive task for us, and indeed Afghanistan itself is growing. I believe possibly it might even be pushing into Persia, but that I'm not quite sure if that is absolutely true yet. But we will war of Afghanistan, which is fine, we can deal with that. But we need a combat fleet in Ceylon, in and around Ceylon, guarding the forces, our forces here in the Indian Ocean. We're going to be sending Admiral Bryant into that, into this theatre of operation, and to that end I think we're going to be moving this ship here, or this fleet should I say. Actually, we'll keep it where it is, because we have a naval hospital here, which is going to be absolutely fantastic for us. Now, as you can see, we have suffered financially here because of the war, but luckily we've got 26,416 coming in very soon here, because we've had to up the tax levels here of the middle class quite substantially to be able to meet the tax demands. Because before, where our tax levels were, we were going to fall into a deficit, and that was going to hurt us tremendously here. We have a lot of forces not only to upgrade, but we've also got to get our economy back up and running, because our economy has taken a real beating. It really has. It's not where it should be. Now hopefully this break we've got here with the war with Germany, not saying we might not have a lot of trouble from Austria, there's a very strong chance that might happen. We've got to repair these naval hospitals, and they're going to cost 7,000 each. We've got this port here which has been severely damaged, going to cost 6,000. So we've got still a lot of repairs to do. We've got a lot to bring our economy up to full scratch here. Now, I've also put into place here, we've had one particular request here from General Lane, Dennis Lane here. He's asked for a long rifleman to be called the Brockmeyer Brigade, and of course there it is, my friend, for you. We've also got a brand new general here, just outside, moving in to join this army group here, which is going to be eventually assaulting and assailing Hanover to bring that under US control here. We have here Arbor Pendragon here, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. A wonderful general, of course. As you can see, look at that. The army is now taken over, as was, of course, in the absolute vanguard of that fight there, the anti-partisan operation to really bring Denmark fully under US control. And indeed, to that end, we're probably going to move General Pendragon up where it belongs, right here. And we have several other armies also ready to be brought fully into the theatre. We've got especially this one here in Sweden, which will probably ferry across to start reinforcing here in Warsaw as well. We also have, yes, the Brockmeyer Brigade as well. We do have several other armies as well that are being sort of going to be fitted out, and we have a number of generals as well to be. We've got Dick Roberts, John Mullins, we've got General JP, and also General GS as well, who we're going to bring in as new generals. So we've got a lot to do here, my friends, a huge amount of work to do here to bring all these generals and all these armies up to full strength here. As you can see, some of these armies here, this is going to be hopefully an episode where we're going to be able to rebuild and replenish and bring these forces back up to where they belong here. It really has been an absolute punishing time here for the US Army. It's been a brutal time. Now I believe we also have General GS here. Now I knew I'd already put that into full effect here. So General GS here is going to be also joining General Pendragon as the sort of the two leading generals here. Is going to push into Hanover eventually and ultimately threaten Berlin. But as you can see, the Germans have begun a staunch defense here of Berlin. It's going to be a brutal fight. And we're also going to be using an army group from here, from the west here, from West Prussia, from Gdansk, moving along to the west here, and then we're going to have these gentlemen then moving along here, again moving eastwards, and we're going to meet in that sort of pincer movement to try and take Berlin, but not before we've taken Hanover. Hanover must be crucial. Now I know some of you said, Mally, you should have got Hanover before you got peace with the Germans, but we just were absolutely desperate for a little bit of respite here, my friends. I can see your point. I absolutely agree with you. Maybe we should have taken Hanover, but if we hadn't stopped when we did, I think we would have started suffering quite badly, both economically. Now remember, economics is absolutely key to keeping these armies in the field. This is a military operation that is absolutely stretching us to the absolute maximum here, both economically, militarily, production-wise, food-wise. I mean, some of the towns are suffering from food shortages because of the sheer amount of troops and indeed the populace we have to feed. Remember, my friend, this is absolutely draining the US completely, this war. We are effectively fighting 4,000 to 5,000 miles away from our homelands, and that is not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. So we have to try and take this break as soon as we can here. Now there's a chance, there's every chance that Austria, seeing the peace we've had here, will try and make a grab here for Warsaw. So to that end we are, and we have indeed moved in here an army here, but actually what we could do, this army doesn't have a general, so what we will do is we will move out one regiment here, and we'll put this regiment into there, and we'll make this army here, we'll have a new general here. And next on our list here, because I've made it in order as they come, we shall have General. Remember, I'm not doing this any particular favour. This is not in any particular favourite sort of a way. This is in order of those who have asked. I've tried. If I have forgotten you, my friends, it is completely my fault. I do apologise. If I have forgotten you, please let me know in the comments. I've tried to look back and see who would wanted the command. Sometimes I will miss sort of your comments because I'm just trying to look through them all. So I might just miss them, not on purpose. And I don't do it, you know, with favourites. I do it depending on who is asked, try and get it in sequence. So trying to get it, you know, when people have asked for it, I try and get them in order, as it were. So we've got General John Mullins here. General John Mullins, I believe that is right there, yes, and indeed. So when the next general comes, we have General Dick Roberts and also General SP as our other generals we shall be having eventually. Now, as you can see, we've got this, you know, the town here of Lodz is being absolutely smashed to pieces here. 6,000. There's absolutely no point in replenishing these villages here, because war will come again for us. We're still at war with Austria. Now, can we get peace with Austria? Maybe. Could we get peace with Austria? I wonder. They are. Maybe. As you can see, they're not as powerful. No, they're not interested at all, which is fine. Maybe the United Provinces would like a trade agreement with us. No, fine. We don't really need that. We can manage by ourselves. We're not desperate for trade with anybody. We can look after our own resources here. Now we've got 1796. Ideally, I think we're going to try and replenish some of these forces here. Now, getting this military governor's barracks up and running here. That's 4,000. Look at the cost it's going to cost us to bring these troops up and running. It's going to cost a lot of money, and that's why we have to get these gentlemen up and running first, because they are completely surrounded. They're completely cut off, apart from this fleet here keeping open the Black Sea for them. But look at the distance we've got to travel. Moria is the closest region to these gentlemen now, and they are operating completely, I mean, that is hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the nearest US outpost, as it were, in this region. So they really are operating absolutely at the very edge of our capacity to provide support to them. It really is absolutely stretching us to the limit, these campaigns here. But I think that's all we can do at the moment. And there's little point in us doing anything else. Now, let's quickly just check how the... We've got that firmly under control. They're not particularly... Religious happiness is high here. We've got 2 churches which we don't really need. So we're going to disband one and make room for some more economic power and potential here. We've got... This can be upgraded eventually here to a global trading company, which will give us some extra income. Patras is at full... But what's the infrastructure? We've got to get metal roads in Patras here, which will definitely help us. And indeed, what about here? No, that's metal roads. Patras needs metal roads. As you can see, we've still got a few things to do here. We've still got quite a lot to see to. I'd imagine Copenhagen has got... Yes, they do indeed. Now, these forces here are probably going to constitute another army. We need to get this army here, or the beginnings of this sort of... the shell here of an army, this beginning here, this formation of an army here, need to be brought across to East Prussia. And with that in mind, we're going to move across to Stockholm. Pick up this army. Thank you, gentlemen. Travel across here. And move immediately into the Warsaw front. And then, actually what we are going to do is we're going to use this fleet here to raid as well. Whilst Admiral Bryant is waiting for a full refit of this naval fleet. It's absolutely important here. We've got 29,000 here, so raiding has done us some good there. We really are raiding quite heavily here. Right. I don't think we can get any more. I don't think we're going to get a trade agreement with the Germans at all. I doubt it very much. No, they want Texas. No, they just want to get that foothold, don't they, in the Americas. We're not going to allow them to do that. Now, also, an excellent suggestion as well, that whilst we've got this peace, whilst we've got this lull in the fighting, that we remove the Mughal here from Newfoundland and from Agvatuk here, and really bring all of the sort of the, you know, and also remove the Black Hills nations here as well. So bring everything under US control, everything we possibly can here under US control. I think that's what we'll try and build towards. So we'll probably use 2 armies that are here, probably this army here outside Philadelphia, and this army here outside Boston. Actually, these gentlemen can be moved into here. As you can see, we've got a British army here full of militia. They wouldn't be able to break through the Boston defences. The Boston defences are very, very well manned here. But we'd have to pull away these forces here, which does pose a little bit of a problem for us. But we are ultimately... Oh, look at that! Now we've started. These US Marines here have got to be sent to the Eastern Front where they belong. We're trying to reconstitute the Marine Expeditionary Force, which took an absolute thrashing, trying to take Gdansk off the Germans. It really was one of our most brutal fights. We've got these 24-pounders in full. We've got 4 out of 4 here. Nope, gentlemen. 4 out of 4 there. Have we got... Yes, Legion of the United States as well. Yeah, we've got full. So once these gentlemen are moved back into there, we shall have then the Legion of the United States and US Marines. That will then reconstitute the Marine Expeditionary Force. Probably have to get some more. I believe we need more guns in that Marine Force. No, so that'll bring us 3 here, and we'll probably refit the rest with some cavalry, because this does lack some mobility. I would like some mobility in here, so we're going to probably refit this Marine Expeditionary Force with some more cavalry, and also probably one more additional unit of riflemen. But I think at the moment that's all we can do. We don't have the money to do anything else. We're just going to have to wait and bide our time here. Now, there's a very, very strong chance that the Germans are going to give us a minute amount of time here with which to be able to do anything. We might even be back at war with them as soon as this turn ends. So that's how quick it might turn around here. As you can see, they still control a great swathe here of the Balkans. You know, a huge chunk of the Balkans, and controlled here by their erstwhile ally, the Austrians. As you can see here, yeah, the Prussians, they're allied with all the strong nations here. Spain, we're at war with Spain, and we're at peace with Spain at the moment. But how long that will last, who knows. But if we move into Hanover, we're going to be butting heads here with the Spanish, because they got Rhineland. But we'll also have here the Dutch on our doorstep if we take Hanover. So we might have a potential ally here. And of course we're allied with Britain, and they have been absolutely wonderful allies. Look at that, what a force there. That is an absolute staggering force they've got there. It really is something to behold there. Right, let's end the turn here, my friends. We've got all the research we can possibly get. Elbe Lag here, which, to be honest with you, we probably don't need that school there. But I like to keep it as sort of as a symbol, as it were. But we'll just have to wait and see there, and see what we can do with that. We do need to get this Weaver's Cottage up and running as well. As you can see, that's going to cost us 2,000 to repair that, so that will bring in, what, an additional 900. So we just got to get our economy back up and running here. It really has been hit pretty hard in Denmark. Actually, we'll move these gentlemen away from Denmark, and we'll move them in to join here.
Sir.
We've still got quite a bit to do here in terms of reinforcing, but actually these armies are gaining strength pretty well. Actually, we can join this army here. Now, what do we need? Actually, they can wait. We do need to bring this 12-pound, 24-pounder into here as well, just to add a little bit of howitzer fire in there as well. Right, let's end the turn here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes our way. Ah. Of course, you want to still guard and move that, so we'll have that there. Thus, refitting that that guards us just in case any Russians decide to attack us. Remember, Russia could potentially move against us as well. We have to be vigilant, my friends, ever vigilant. Great Britain, a staunch ally, a wonderful ally to us. We must hold our hands up here and say that they have been a fantastic ally to us. United Provinces, a potential ally, but they're not just grasping the hand here, the friendship that we're reaching out to them, but that's their decision entirely. Now, that's what I mean. There it is. Austria, absolutely taking the chance here to move up substantial forces here, but nothing yet. Nothing yet. Prussia, it will probably take the time now to replenish all these forces and indeed stiffen the defences here around Berlin. But they're moving away. Are they taking the chance here to move against the Ottomans? This is... Now Berlin has been stripped of his defences there. I'm absolutely not sure what that is doing there, but that is... Yep. Yeah, they're moving forces down into the south here towards the Mediterranean. And they're reinforcing Dresden. They're taking the time here to reinforce. And we've got Austrian troops moving into Poland as well. Ooh, the Mughal Empire. Ottomans. if Greece was to fall, we would definitely take Greece. Oh, believe me, my friends, we would take Greece, Persia, Spain. We may see Spain maybe taking a hit against us if we take Hanover. They may not be entirely satisfied there with that Hanover falling into our hands. If that's the case, then we shall fight them, my friends, believe it. Courland and Norway, who luckily have kept at their end of the bargain. We are allies with the Norwegians. Looks like they are taking the fight to the Germans themselves. So they don't overstretch themselves here, because it could possibly spell their doom. As you can see here, they're starting to build some ships. I mean, that is a tremendous amount of guns here.
Ready for orders.
Now, I've got these guns here, which we're probably going to start transferring across to the Eastern Front. Poland, we've just got so many. We've got to get this organised here, because we just can't have these.
Ready and awaiting orders, sir.
So,
at the ready.
We shall move into this. Will give us some additional firepower.
Make ready, ready and awaiting orders, sir.
Okay, any more? That's army here. Needs replenishing. Nope, that's already been set up there. This army here, which has fallen back. Let's make sure all the armies around Warsaw are fully replenished. I'm not sure if this army here. No, it hasn't. No. General Holyfield's army was severely mauled, so that's fully replenished. All these armies are looking very good here, and I believe most of the guns have probably moved into armies where they're needed.
Sir.
Indeed, here.
Orders.
So General Zeno's army is now fully replenished.
Ready for orders.
We're going to start reinforcing Warsaw substantially here.
Immediately.
Ideally, we'd like to move forces much closer.
Your humble servant.
So General Alex Boehm's army is going to move in front here.
March. Ready for orders. Sir. Your orders. Make ready. Sir. Make ready.
General PH's army is going to move in front as well.
Forward. Yes, sir.
Going to cross the river. We're going to start moving these armies much closer
Waiting for
to give ourselves.
Sir. Sir.
Oh, look at that army. That's so wonderful.
Make ready. Sir. Mark. Your orders. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Completely surrounded now. They can hit this corner here, which is fine. But we've now got Warsaw surrounded where we needed to be. Now this force here can join this army here, providing additional reinforcements. Now, are these gentlemen replenishing here? They are, but it's going to take a while for get these forces up and running. These are going to take quite a while to reinforce, but we've got some new and here as well. They're almost at full strength. Not too bad here. Now, let's focus on these gentlemen. How are they doing here? Just the cavalry. And oh, look at that. Our army group is now at full strength.
Yes.
We definitely want additional howitzer. Have one more additional cavalry, and the rest will be infantry with one additional cavalry unit. We shall replenish and repair this weaver's cottage. We shall repair the global trading company. Remember, we've got to get our economy up and running here as best we can. Oh, look at that, 4,000. I don't see any point in replenishing this until we've driven them away. But remember, we are trying to build up a force here to try and take Berlin. I know that some of you are probably thinking, man, a strike down here. But we've got to try and move towards Berlin here Hanover is the first step in that sort of crusade, as it would, try and take Berlin. And then once these forces are here, are fully replenished, then we'll be moving them into.
Ready for order.
We've got to get this this Marine Expeditionary Force up at full strength now. Crucially and critically, we've got to get this force here up and running. We have to. They've taken such a thrashing here. Let's get this military governor's barracks up and running. What will that give us? Militia, a line, and some 12 pounders and 24 pounders. So only a brief amount of upgrading we'll be able to do here. Ultimately, it's up to us
Ready for order.
to hold this region. Put a craft workshop here, but we've got the Ottomans moving in here. Look at that. That is a pretty powerful strike group right there. Now, New England, we've got to take the Mughal Empire out here if possible. Now, do we have the fleet available? We do indeed. Oh, look at that. What a wonderful sight there. And I think what we shall do is move and I think we'll just send one ship to here to see what's going on here. We need to scout out what's going on here with the Mughals.
Ship's orders.
Okay. Now they've got what here? That's a lot of bowmen. And a lot of bowmen here as well. So we're going to need cavalry. We need cavalry heavy. Look at that, even great. We're grading here to small madrasas. So they're actually digging in here.
Ready for action.
So if anything, we're going to have to really...
Yes.
Right, cavalry here is important, but we're also going to need...
Your humble servant. Ready for order.
I think we're going to need some howitzers.
Forward. March. Make ready.
And dare we put in marines here?
Yes.
Just to stiffen this up? No. The marines have to be sent. Look at that force, look at that fleet there, what a magnificent sight. And we've got the other fleet here. This fleet shall not be moving at all. We've got a steamship. I think what we will do is we will recruit we'll recruit 4 sloops. We're going to ready ourselves for a pretty brutal campaign here.
Humble servant. Ready and awaiting order.
We're going to move into Philadelphia here. But I think what we are going to do
Make ready.
is we're going to use these 2 armies here.
Forward.
We're going to make this a full stack army as well. And we're going to use this army.
Waiting order.
And we're going to move against the Mughals both here in Newfoundland. Actually, let's have a look what's going on here in Agvatuk. Oh, we've got the chance.
Any orders?
Well, 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 sir. Would you look at that? They're even managing to get supplies out of here.
Fleet ready. Clear decks for battle.
I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. So, that's our next plan of attack, is to remove the Mughal from the Americas completely. Now, that's going to take quite a substantial amount of troops. So, let's start our building process here of the army, the second army that's going here.
Yes.
It's going to be joining this army. We're going to take Newfoundland, bring it under US control, and then we'll move towards Agvatuk, take that, bring this corner of you know, sort of Canada, as it were, under our control. And then we've completely cleared everything here, apart from, of course, this great swathe of British Canada or Canadian territory under their control, but also this Black Hills nation up here as well, which would prove very, very difficult to take, because they really have some fantastic troops here, which will require a specific Indian hunting army, as it were. Maybe from down here in Texas, maybe in Florida, will provide that for us. I don't think we've got anywhere else we can build or recruit here in the homeland. We've pretty much upgraded everything we possibly can here. It's going to be in Europe where we're going to have to... That's done here. That building is constructed. Oh, look at that. Looks like Spain is going to try and make a grab back here for Amsterdam. They probably wish they'd now got an alliance with us, or at least taken our trade. As you can see, the Norwegians have hit this port here to stop this Prussian trade here, which is fine by us. But we're going to leave our own fleet here to guard against that. I think that's all we can do at the moment. We have now sort of reinforced more. We've distributed our forces much more evenly here around Warsaw, giving that frontal protection as well. And we're going to start moving troops in, more troops in from here. So actually what we could do is start ferrying these troops, even though it's just 1 or 2 at a time. And also we've got to start building up this naval force here, which we will do this next turn now. But we've got to keep ferrying those troops across, constantly resupplying here. That's already got good enough guns in it there. This army here can have some more guns in it. We're going to try and retrofit every single force here, bring it to full strength, so when they attack us next time they'll be confronted with a completely full stack army. Everywhere they turn will be a full stack army surrounding Warsaw. I think we are as much as we can do now at the moment. We're also looking possibly to take Istanbul because we're still at war with them. So somehow we've got to try and get an army group into Istanbul as well. We've got so much to do. We've got so much to do. We might have to hold here for a long time before we move out. You can see, look at the pounding they've taken. Okay, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Britain. The Netherlands now building up much stronger force here. Barbary wait, look at Austria here, starting to surround us here. I knew that Austria might take the advantage here and try and take Warsaw before the Germans declare war back on us. I absolutely knew it. It's a sound tactical move, don't get me wrong. But if we can destroy this Austrian force here before, if they move in, we can get, because look at this surrounding us now. They're starting to move, starting to encircle us here, but they moved away there. That's why we don't bother repairing and replenishing any of these buildings in this region. It's complete waste. Whoa. France want Panama. Why would we give Panama for 5,000? I don't think so, sir. No, we'll have a trade agreement with you. No, we don't, yes, sir, at all. It looks like they've gone for Spain pretty vigorously there. Now they've got fleets out here. But it's not a powerful fleet. We still could control and cut off the seas there, the Baltic Sea. A strange tactic here. If France and Spain want to fight each other, I don't have a problem with that at all, because it keeps them off our back. They're definitely moving down towards the south here. Oh, they are reinforcing all along the border here, the Germans. That is substantial reinforcements, particularly there by the bridge over Hanover. So we'd have to break that Hanover, sort of that German garrison in that town there next to the bridge, to be able to break into Hanover. And there the Ottomans once again moving close to the border there. Russia has remained very quiet in this campaign. And Spain, not much they're doing at the moment either. They're being very quiet here. Oh, now Sweden's moved away there. from Russia, which is going to open up that trade there for us significantly. Don't do anything silly, Sweden. Don't do anything silly. And Norway, once again, moving forces. Are they going to try and strike Germany themselves? That would be a bold move. Ah! The gentleman in Ceylon, not really going to do us much good there, but oh, Moria. Excellent, sir. We now have that additional, as you can see, look at that, it's jumped up significantly there. Because trade with Russia has opened up again, I believe. Yes, it has, look at that, 30,000 there. That is a significant, oh. Yes, indeed, sir. And metal roads here, and we should probably upgrade this. Excuse me, my friends here. Every single bit helps here, so we're going to actually get Moria absolutely fully upgraded here. Oh, look at that. That's a significant investment there in troops which are going to join this army here. Remember, we are building towards that. Towards that fleet there we need. Towards that army we need, dare I say.
Put to sea. Ship's orders, Captain. Ready for action. Ship's orders received. Come about. Ship shape and Bristol fashion, Captain. Orders
Right,
received.
these gentlemen here are going to be moved back to the European front. We need them there. And we continue as well our building here, creation and moulding of the army we need here to dispose of.
Yes, sir.
We should have a general here. We need another general.
Your humble servant.
We also need a general here. That's the space we were looking for. We've got 2 generals now.
Yes.
Another 2 generals, of course, so we need general
Make ready.
here. As we got General Dick Roberts. And here
At the ready.
we shall have General JP. Welcome them aboard, my friends. Welcome them aboard. They've been promoted and they shall soon see action. Now, this force here will remain where it is because we are going to be boarding. Now we need cavalry here to really sort of, you know, deal with that bowman they've got, because the bowman will be an absolute menace to us. It really will. And we shall get recruitment going here as well.
Sir.
This force is good here. New York must be held at all costs. But we need artillery in that, to be honest with you. So artillery is going to have to be recruited here, because we can't just have rockets in there. We need to have troops. We need to have proper artillery in here defending New York. Wait a minute. A general has died, sir. Another general here, so we'd have another general. Anybody who would like to be a general here in Michigan, please let me know, my friends, because there's a spot open now here at Moria. We need to keep reinforcing. Oh, look at that, wonderful.
Sir. Your orders?
Almost at full strength. Well, we've got the money. Let's bring these up and back to full. anywhere else now that we need to. There's no point in total replenishing in these buildings because they've just been absolutely crawling all over us here at the moment. There's no point at all unless we get some of these buildings here replenished. This building here, this town here, should I say, bile stock.
Make ready.
Let's move this
By the
gentleman
left.
into here, ready to.
March.
And again, another general here, just outside Warsaw, so another general possible here for anyone who might want that general, that promotion. Let's keep the supply from Sweden coming in steadily here. We really do need to keep this supply going here of men and materials here, and of guns from Sweden, and also from Stockholm as well, Copenhagen, beg your pardon. Gotta keep reinforcing this initial assault here. If we can smash in this defence around Hanover, there's a chance that these gentlemen here, and eventually these gentlemen here, which are now fully replenished, wonderful to see there, really could smash in Berlin's defences. Now, we promised the additional recruitment of a large fleet here, going into
Orders, Captain.
General Admiral Bryant's force here, which is going to be sent to India, remember, to Ceylon, to the Indian frontier, as a, a guard, as a security against any further Afghan harassment. But we do need to get an arm, maybe if we can get Istanbul here, that would require another army group, and that looks like the only region we can probably push an army group from is probably Stockholm, and then move it all the way around here, all the way through the Atlantic, through the English Channel, through the Atlantic, through into the Mediterranean, and then launch an attack directly off the ships here, like a proper naval assault here into Istanbul. If we can establish in Istanbul as sort of a main production centre here, it would not only put us right here, right in the tip here of the fight with Germany from in the Balkans, but also it would give us the ability to reinforce substantially here the Don front here against any sort of German push from their sort of remaining territories here in Russia. So we're going to be looking to put an army group from Sweden together. So what we might do is use these troops we've recruited here as the beginning, the nucleus of that fight. And indeed what we'll probably do is we'll use these Königsberg, and we'll use Warsaw to produce the troops we need to fight here on the Eastern Front. There's no point trying to drag in using Stockholm. What we'll do is we'll use Stockholm as our sort of building, our construction, our recruitment area for the army group for the attack on Istanbul. It's the only way we can do it. Patras is not going to give us enough troops. We can't build enough troops. Wait a minute. We're only get 2 at a time. And also the guns we got here aren't really the caliber we need. We can get regiment of horse, we can get 2 line infantry, we can start building a contribution towards it, but it's not going to give us all the troops we need. Istanbul, on the other hand, would be ideal for us, it really would. But let's end the turn here, my friends. 74,000 coming in. Look at the army upkeep, 201,000. That is scary, it really is. Right, let's end the turn, let's see what happens. I think this will probably be the last turn, my friends, of this particular episode as well. It's been all campaign, it's been us rebuilding, replenishing, getting ourselves back on our feet here, because believe me, this war, this peace will not last long. The Germans will not allow it to last long, and even Austria probably will attack. I'd be very surprised if they leave Warsaw alone. And they might even attack with the Germans. We have to be prepared for this. There it is. That's what I mean. Look at that. They are reinforcing this area substantially here. They really want to crack open Warsaw. If Germany comes back as well and attacks us at the same time, we're going to have our hands full. they are. I'm starting to move troops back into the region here. And they're still moving down towards the Ottomans as well. That's what I mean. See, they've got Belarus there, Minsk and Belarus. They're using that as their staging area for a fight there against us. It really does vex us. Mughal Empire, which we're also building an army towards. Afghanistan, look at that Afghanistan force. Where exactly are you going, sir? Well, my friends, that was a very, very long wait for the Ottoman Empire turn to end, so you might see quite a large edit there, but Spain, as you can see, moving in towards the Netherlands. How long will it last before the Netherlands falls again to Spanish rule? But Spain looking to move in now here, spying on our region here. Sweden, don't do it, Sweden, don't do it. Oh, they've hit Britain. It's going to hit our trade significantly, that is. Norway, starting to build quite a formidable force there. But I think the sooner we remove the Ottomans, for a number of reasons, I think the better for us it will be. Because that was a significant weight there for the Ottoman Empire turn. But as you can see, it has fallen there, our trade, substantially. Because Britain has been hit there, yep. Venice has been cut off. But Britain has been hit there by Sweden. We might have to deal with the Swedes, I think, eventually. Not a very powerful force, which you could probably deal with it, actually, to be honest with you. We might deal with Sweden. Have they got any allies at all? Yeah, they got Spain, so that wouldn't be... We're Ottomans Empire war. We're not at war with Spain, but that might increase the wrath of Spain, especially if we look into the Hanover. Now, I think we can begin the process of moving up here to the border with Hanover. I think that can begin that process.
Forward! March, sir. Make ready. Orders. Forward! For crown and country! Your humble servant. March!
So start moving these troops into position.
Forward! March! Your humble servant. Waiting for your orders. Forward!
Let's move these gentlemen as well into
Make ready.
here. We're starting to build another army here. Look at that, what a wonderful sight there. And again, we are beginning to look at the beginnings here
Men,
of quite a powerful force.
sir. At the ready.
I think what we will do is we'll actually put these gentlemen here. We've got to really tie down Philadelphia here. I think we will have some 24-pounders here. And what do we need here? We need some more
Orders.
cavalry, I think, here.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And also some more guns. Actually, we need a lot more guns because we've got to replace those in New York, so we need probably 6 guns. That's better. Put all our production on guns there. Prussia. Oh, let's look at that. That's a wonderful sight there. Sweden, which is going to be the beginning here of the task force to move in against.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if we could start building our own task force to move in against the Germans here in Minsk. We'd have to go through Poland, through here, through this small gap here. But it might be worth our while. But then again, we need to probably keep this army to one side, to make sure we have the full defences there. Or we can actually ferry troops across to Sweden here to Stockholm.
This is a ship, sir. Ready and awaiting order. Underway, sir.
I think that's what we'll do. Oh, come on, gentlemen, please. We're just moving one lot of ships. The places is going on there.
For crown and country. Yes, sir. Onward.
If you would merge. Thank you, gentlemen. Good grief, what was hard about that?
Clear away and make ready. Yes.
With one more gun here. I think the rest will be expatriates here, which we don't actually. We'll take a 24 pounder foot. I think the rest here will be a mixture of that. Now our idea, we need to get this army up to here to full strength. So again, another general. Got plenty of cavalry. I think we're going to have to get some guns on the production here. Plenty of guns there. Really reinforce this to make a very, very strong attack force. You look at that. They've absolutely, look at that, surrounded. So it looks like Amsterdam's going to fall pretty soon here to the Spanish. I mean, they are pretty much done. So it looks like the Amsterdam's going to fall back to the Spanish again, which is going to be an absolute menace for us, because the Spanish are getting stronger and stronger here along the border here with Hanover and with the Germans here. Warsaw is nice and strong there as well.
Sir.
And excellent, fully replenished.
Ready and awaiting order.
Let's have another general in here. I think we can probably put some more guns in here.
Sir.
We need some more guns in there as well, so that'll be excellent to do.
Aye, sir.
Excellent, look at that. And they can and they will be moved here.
Sir.
To bring this back up to where it needs to be. Again, we need another general in here.
Still ship shape. Further orders? Yes, sir. Yes. Your humble servant. At the ready. Forward. March.
No, gentlemen. Good grief.
Sir. By the left. March.
Thank you. That is now almost reconstituted, but we can have some cavalry, I think, in here. That's provincial cavalry, so we'll have some cavalry from here. 3 regiments of horse, give us that mobility. Ah, excellent. Steam powered cloth mill, thank you, sir. All guns here. We will then be moving in to dispatch the Newfoundland, as you have recommended, my friends. Wonderful advice as always. But I think that is all we can do thus far. We might start putting together some more forces here to help with that initial attack here. Maybe just reinforcing here. I'm not sure how long Sweden, look at that, that's magnificent looking forces, it really is. But how long would they hold out against this Ottoman force, which is substantial? That is a very powerful, very, very powerful Ottoman force there. That really is the absolute creme de la creme of Ottoman forces there. It really is. That's going to be a tough ask to take Istanbul from them, but we've got to do it while we've got the chance. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. We have replenished, we have repaired, we've done everything we can possibly do here to get ourselves into a position where we can finally, if war comes again. And how is war here? Prussia is still not good. Actually, it's going up. Their hostility towards us is going up. So, actually, France is very friendly. Let's get a trade agreement with them. 31,000. We just want trade with you, sir. No, it's just, sir, please, it's not going to happen. I think we'll just stop it right there. I don't think you can get 31,000 from us for that. Not a chance. But my friends, oh, wait a minute. One more turn until we got those heavy first rates here. So what we might do is probably invest in a few more here. No, actually, from here, because we have now brought these up to full. They're fully replenished. We've got 4 more going in there. Look at that, what a wonderful sight. Now that combat fleet going into India is going to be absolutely Admiral Bryant's, or Bryant, I beg your pardon, Admiral Bryant, I keep saying Bryant, but Admiral Bryant's fleet is going to be one of the most powerful we have in the entire US Navy. It's going to go into the Indian Ocean and into the Indian operation theatre there to really seal down Ceylon and stop the harassment we get. Oh, look at that. We can actually invest in that there. Gunnery school, I think, as well, would definitely be of use to us there. But that is looking very good there for us indeed. It really is. We do have a substantial force here as well. That is a substantial army. But we do need to really push everything we've got here. But we do need an additional fleet and task force, and naval task force in here to guard the Indian Ocean here for Ceylon, to keep it absolutely under our control. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a campaign episode where we've just sort of been getting things back to normal here, really pushing out our economy, getting our economy. It's starting to show benefit of that now. 191 here. Our army upkeep is significant here, but we've managed to bring ourselves up to a very, very strong position here. Now, as you can see, we're ready now to pounce on Hanover. Although they have blockaded Hanover here with this, we wouldn't be able to cross the bridge until we've moved in against and removed this army, this garrison in Hamburg, and then we can move against Hanover. Looks like the Spanish might take Amsterdam very soon. Then we might be able to move in against Berlin. And to that end, I wonder if we start moving these troops up.
Ready for order.
Actually, we need to get those. We need to have those cavalry in here before we move out.
Yes, sir.
What we might do is just move these gentlemen into the forest here, in preparation to be able to move up to Berlin when we're ready here. We've still got a good substantial garrison here. We don't need that there, so what we'll do is we'll put these here. And that, my friends, is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I have got all the generals who wanted promotion. I promise you, my friends, I have not forgotten anybody on purpose. If I have, please let me know if I've forgotten, I haven't put your name, or if I haven't promoted you to a general, or indeed an admiral. Whatever you choose, I'll do my best to make sure that happens next time around. Thank you for all your advice for this campaign. You really have been absolutely fantastic. Indeed, all of the suggestions here, particularly here going for you know, mopping up sort of the Mughals here in the Americas, whilst we've got peace with Prussia, with Germany, is definitely going to happen. That's only because of your suggestions. Everything that you've helped me with here has been absolutely fantastic, including reinforcing Ceylon, you know, pushing up our forces towards Hanover and moving these forces ready so we can strike against Berlin if needs be, if the sort of opportunity arises. You can see that Dresden has been significantly reinforced here. I think they're continuing to send forces down this way here through Austrian territory, and also your suggestion of taking Istanbul. So we are putting together quite a powerful strike force here in Stockholm. But my friends, hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please comment, like and subscribe, and as always my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. They've been absolutely fantastic. Thank you for all your support and all your help. I hope you're having a good start to your week, my friends. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.